Next game is the battle of the rookie quarterbacks. The Panthers pulled this one out 15-13. CJ Stroud knocking himself down a few pegs. He's not that lock it in starter, but he's in that waiver wire sort of mix there. 16-24 for 140 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Think like Geno Smith, Baker Mayfield sort of quarterback is where I see CJ Stroud. Dameon Pierce, good to see him getting control of this backfield again. 12 carries, 46 yards, 3.8 yards per carry. Not spectacular, but at least he's beating out Devin Singletary. 10 carries, 30 yards, 3 yards per carry. Dameon Pierce is still the play here. At least we know that Devin Singletary isn't a threat to his work as much, but still, this isn't going to be the one-sided backfield that we thought it was going into this season. And Dell, 3 carries for 15 yards for him. CJ Stroud had 2 carries for 13 yards and a rushing touchdown. Mike Boone had a carry for 5 yards, and Andrew Beck had 2 carries for 1. It's really interesting to see how much they like Noah Brown. 3 catches, 57 yards on 5 targets. He was the leading receiver for them. Nico Collins, just the 4 catches for 30 yards on 6 targets. And Tank Dell had 3 catches for 16. I think the one with the most upside here is going to be Tank Dell. He looked really explosive with the ball in his hand, so it wouldn't surprise me to see them try to get more plays for him to get involved. And Noah Brown and Nico Collins can be those tall receivers on the outside. It's going to be interesting to see if Nico Collins still maintains this dominance that he had where he was just going off on yards, adding up touchdowns. Those days may be coming. I don't want to say they're going to be coming to an end completely, but they could be slowing down here with Noah Brown getting as involved as he is. Devin Singletary had the 2 catches for 13 yards on 2 targets. Mike Boone had the 1 catch for 11 yards. No catches here for Dameon Pierce, though. Andrew Beck had a catch for 8 yards, and Dalton Schultz, disappointing stuff here, had the 2 catches for 5 yards on 5 targets. I don't think he's a lock-it-in starter. I think he's more a tight end you play with the matchups. For the Panthers, Bryce Young seems to be figuring it out. 22 of 31, 235 yards, a touchdown, no interception. Really good stuff from Bryce Young. He's trending in the right direction. This Panthers team is trending in the right direction. It's going to be interesting to see if he can add a little bit more yards and touchdowns, though. Then he'll be usable in fantasy. For now, I think he's just a wait and see. Chuba Hubbard, 15 carries, 28 yards. He dominated the workload in this one. Raheem Blackshear had 3 carries for 5, and Miles Sanders, just the 2 carries for 0 yards. This is Miles Sanders' first game back from that injury, so I think his, at least being behind Raheem Blackshear, has mostly to do with that. Chuba Hubbard not getting any efficiency here, but in his defense, no one really did because Raheem Blackshear, 1.7 yards per carry. Obviously, Miles Sanders was 0 yards per carry. Chuba Hubbard seems to be the guy here, but just temper expectations because Miles Sanders could be getting more of the workload as we go forward, as we go further away from that injury. Adam Thielen continuing his dominance. He is in every single week play. 8 catches, 72 yards, 11 targets, just phenomenal stuff. Lock him into your starting lineup. Jonathan Mingo, good to see him getting more involved. 4 catches, 62 yards on 5 targets. I wonder if he's going to get more looks as the season goes on and he gets some of those Adam Thielen targets. That would be the absolute best case scenario for him. It's a possibility, but the way Adam Thielen is playing, I wouldn't count on it. Chuba Hubbard, 2 catches for 26 yards on 2 targets. Raheem Blackshear also had 2 catches for 26 yards. DJ Chark, just the 2 catches for 23 yards. He is not rosterable at this point. Steven Sullivan had a catch for 13. Terrace Marshall had a catch for 9. Tommy Tremble, the tight end, had 2 catches for 4 and a touchdown. And Hayden Hurst did not haul in either of his targets. It looks like Tommy Tremble is taking over that starting tight end spot.